Greetings guys, today I'll be discussing a topic under algebra, which is about exponents. This tutorial video is part of Project Vespertine. Project Vespertine is an online video tutorial series initiative of PICE MLQU, or the Philippine Institute of Civil Engineers, Manuel L. Quezon University Student Chapter. The project aims to cater students' concerns on civil engineering subjects with difficult topics such as engineering mathematics, surveying, transportation engineering, hydraulics, geotechnical engineering, structural engineering and design, and construction engineering and management. Okay, so for this discussion, I'll be following this outline. First, I'll discuss the concept and definition of terms, followed by the formulas and equations, and last, the sample problems. So we have to define first a few terms. So exponent. Exponent is defined as the number of times a number is multiplied by itself. Next is base. Base is the number that gets multiplied when using an exponent. So for example, we have here x raised to 9. So x is what we call the base and 9 is what we call the exponent. The second part of the discussion is the law of exponents. So ginagamit natin yung law of exponents kapag nagsisolve tayo ng problems involving exponents. So the first law or the first rule is x raised to m plus n is equal to the product of x raised to m and x raised to n. Letter B, x raised to the quantity m minus n is equal to x raised to m over x raised to n. For letter C, x raised to mn is equal to x raised to m raised to n and also equal to x raised to n raised to m. For letter D, we have xy raised to n is equal to x raised to n multiplied by y raised to n. For letter E, uh, we have the term x raised to m raised to 1 over n is equal to x raised to m over n. For letter F, we have the fraction x over y raised to n is equal to x raised to n over y raised to n. For letter G, we have x raised to 0 is equal to 1. Letter H, x raised to negative n is equal to 1 over x raised to n. For letter I, we have x raised to m multiplied by y raised to negative n is equal to x raised to m over y raised to n. Okay, so let's talk about the few rules. So yung first rule is when we have the product of two terms with the same base but different exponents, we apply addition of their exponents. For for two terms with the same base but different exponents and yung operation na involved sa kanila is division, so we apply the subtraction of their respective exponents. So we subtract the exponents of the numerator and the denominator. And then for letter C, this is this distributive property for exponents. So when we have an outer exponent and an inner exponent, and they are separated by parentheses, so we simply multiply their the respective exponents. So we multiply the inner exponent to the outer exponent. And also, in this case, we have the exponent mn. So if we want to separate the exponents by a parenthesis, we can put the for example, we can put m as the inner exponent and n as the outer exponent, or vice versa. We can put n as the inner exponent and m as the outer exponent. For letter D, again, it's distributive property. If we have two different variables, for example, inside the parenthesis, and there is an outer exponent, we simply distribute the outer exponent doon sa dalawang variables sa loob ng parentheses. For letter E, if we have an outer exponent which is a fraction and our inner exponent is, let's say, an integer, so we simply multiply kahit fraction pa yung exponents. For letter F, if we have a fraction enclosed in a parenthesis and there is an outer exponent, let's say n, we simply distribute the outer exponent sa numerator and sa denominator. For letter G, this is a general rule. So whatever the value of x is, for example, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as long as it is raised to 0, the value is 1. For letter H, if we have a term with a negative exponent, so in order to make the exponent positive, we simply put the term in the denominator and change the sign of the exponent from negative to positive. And for the last rule, when we are multiplying two terms and the first term is positive, or the first term has a positive exponent and the second term has a negative exponent, so we simply put all terms with the positive exponent sa numerator and all terms with the negative exponents sa denominator. So this applies when we're talking about product of two terms. Okay, so let's talk about the sample problems naman. So the first problem, if 10 raised to x is equal to 4, find the value of 10 raised to 2x plus 1. So yung first na gagawin natin is we transform yung 10 raised to 2x plus 1 since yun yung unknown na hinahanap natin. So we apply the law of exponents 2a. So that involves the product of two terms with the same base. So kapag product of two terms with the same base, so we simply add their respective exponents. So ganun yung ginawa natin. And we have to take note na yung 10 has an exponent of 1. And then the second step is we apply the law of exponents 2c. So what is 2c? So we have here, from the first step, we have 10 raised to 2x. And we can separate the numerical coefficient and the literal coefficient of the exponent of 10 raised to 2x. So we put a parenthesis. So we made x as the inner exponent and 2 as the outer exponent. So they are separated with a parenthesis. And then, meron tayong value ng 10 raised to x. So our value, or the numerical value for 10 raised to x is equal to 4. So we simply substitute the value of 10 raised to x and we have 10 raised to the quantity 2x plus 1 is equal to 4 raised to 2 multiplied by 10. So simplifying this, we have our final answer as 10 raised to the quantity 2x plus 1 is equal to 160. Okay, so for the second problem we are tasked to evaluate this equation. So as you can see, we have terms here na yung exponents nila, ang operation na involved is addition, meron ding subtraction. So dito pala magkaka-idea na tayo na ang involved dito is multiplication of two terms with the same base but different exponents. Tapos doon naman sa isa is division of two terms with the same base but different exponents. So we apply the law of exponents 2a and 2b. So that is the law for product of two terms and quotient of two terms. So we simply transform yung 5 raised to 2n or 5 raised to the quantity 2n plus 1 becomes the product of 5 raised to 2n and 5. And then yung 5 raised to 2n minus 1 naman, or 5 raised to the quantity 2n minus 1 becomes 5 raised to 2n over 5. And then, we simplify this further. So, meron tayong maka-cancel out na numbers. So, ito yung magiging result niya. So, we divided 10 by 5. So, ang sagot is 2. And then, we distribute the denominator dito. Yung 2 multiplied by 5 raised to 2n, dinistribute natin sa numerator. So, magkahiwalay na term na sila. And then, we simplify this further. As you can see, sa first term natin, meron tayong, or sa first fraction natin, meron tayong common factor or common term sa numerator at sa denominator na 5 raised to 2n. So we can cancel that out. As well as dito sa second fraction natin, actually, similar yung numerator at denominator. So that is simply equal to 1. So ang kalalabasan is y is equal to 10. For sample problem number 3, we are tasked to solve for the value of x. If 8 raised to x is equal to 2 raised to the quantity y plus 2 and 16 raised to the quantity 3x minus y is equal to 4 raised to y. So ang una natin gagawin is we transform equations with uniform bases. So we identify equation 1 as 8 raised to x is equal to 2 raised to the quantity y plus 2. And then we identify equation 2 as 4 raised to y is equal to 16 raised to the quantity 3x minus y. So paano ba natin siya ita-transform? So the first thing that we have to do is i-compare natin yung base na involved or na naka-indicate doon sa left side tsaka sa right side, and we choose kung alin yung mas mababa. So in this case, sa equation 1, comparing yung left side tsaka right side, so mas mababa yung base na 2. And then sa equation 2 naman, mas mababa yung base na 4. Okay? So para ma-transform natin siya, we have to transform yung side na may mas mataas na base into a lower base. So ang mangyayari, si 8 kasi is also equal to 2 raised to 3. So we simply transform 8 to 2 raised to 3, and meron tayong exponent na x. So yung 2 raised to 3 from the transformation of 8, madidistribute siya sa exponent na x. So magkakaroon tayo ng 2 raised to 3x. And then we simply copy the right side, which is 2 raised to the quantity y plus 2. And then for equation 2, again, mas mababa yung base na 4. So we simply transform the right side. And we have to take note that 16 is actually 4 raised to 2. 4 raised to 2 is 4 times 4, and 4 times 4 is equal to 16. So, ang mangyayari is meron tayong 4 raised to 2, and yung 2 doon sa 4 raised to 2, i-distribute natin siya doon sa 3x minus y. So, meron tayong 4 raised to the quantity 6x minus 2y. So ngayon, meron na tayong uniform bases. Ang gagawin naman natin is we take the exponents out of equation 2. So ano ba exponents ng equation 2? So that is y is equal to 6x minus 2y. We have to take note na kapag meron tayong equation and yung base ng left side at ng right side is uniform na, meaning parehas na sila ng base, so we can take the exponents out and solve for the unknown values or the unknown variables. And then, simplifying this, we have the value of y in terms of x. So we have to take note of this value kasi gagamitin natin siya mamaya. And then for part 3 ng ating solution, meron tayong gagawin sa equation 1. So sa equation 1, again, same principle na ginawa natin sa equation 2. So we take the exponents out as well. So ang exponents ng equation 1 is 3x is equal to y plus 2. And then we substitute the value of y. So may value tayo ng y galing doon sa exponents ng equation 2. So that is y is equal to 2x. So by substitution, we have 3x is equal to 2x plus 2. And we simplify this. We have the value of x as x is equal to 2. For sample problem number 4, we have 8 raised to x is equal to 3. Find the value of 2 raised to 6x. So first, you have ang gagawin nyo is you have to inspect yung yung ating equation, yung ating given and yung ating unknown. So kung mapapansin nyo, si 8 at saka si 2, we can transform actually 8 para maging base 2. So kanina, na-encounter natin si 8 is actually 2 raised to 3. So if 8 is 2 raised to 3, so we simply change 8 raised to x to base 2. So we have 2 raised to 3x is equal to 3. So wag niyong kakalimutan kapag nag-transform kayo, kunwari si 8, ang exponent niya is x. Tapos transform natin si 8 into base 2. Kapag transform natin siya into base 2, so magkakaroon tayo ng 2 raised to 3. Kaso may naiwan na x kanina doon sa exponent. So, ika-copy pa rin natin yun or i-associate pa natin yun sa transformation ni 8 raised to x. So, hindi siya mawawala doon sa ating sa ating transformation. And then we simply copy the right side kasi hindi naman natin siya transform. And then we have to take note na si 2 raised to 3x, kapag in-square ko siya or ni-raise ko siya to the second power, ang value niya magiging 2 raised to 6x. So, ang mangyayari nito, if we square both sides, we have 2 raised to 3x raised to 2 is equal to 3 raised to 2. And then, kapag sinubstitute natin, or I mean, kapag inano natin to, sinimplify further, kapag dinistribute natin yung inner exponent sa outer exponent or vice versa, ang magiging final answer natin is 2 raised to 6x is equal to 9. So, madali lang naman actually yung yung law of exponents. You just really have to to understand kung ano yung principles. For example, problem number 5, we have if 3 raised to x or 3 raised to the quantity x plus 1 is equal to 81, find the value of 3 raised to the quantity 2x minus 1. So, okay. First, we apply the law of exponents to A sa ating apply natin to dito sa ating given equation na 3 raised to x plus 1. So, ginawa natin product of two terms with the same base but different exponents. And then, we copy the coefficient sa right side. So, 81. And then, we simplify kasi 81 is divisible by 3. So, 81 divided by 3 is 27. So, we have 3 raised to x is equal to 27. And the next step is we square both sides para makuha natin yung value nung 3 raised to 2x doon sa ating unknown. So, 3 raised to 2x is equal to 729. We have to take note na yung doon sa unknown natin, doon sa 3 raised to 2x minus 1, we can transform this by 3 raised to 2x over 3. So, if we have the value of 3 raised to 2x, ang kailangan na lang natin para makuha natin yung unknown value is we divide 729 by 3. So, dividing 729 by 3, we have 3 raised to 2x minus 1 is equal to 243. For this problem, ang solution actually is dalawa. So this is only the first solution, or actually the one way para ma-solve yung problem na to. So i-present ko sa inyo yung second solution. So for the second solution, again, we apply law of exponents to A. So yun siya. Same as the first step sa ating first method. And the second step is we simplify and transform. So we have 3 raised to x is equal to 3 raised to 3. So paano tayo nag-arrive dito? Kung mapapansin nyo, kapag sinimplify natin yung 3 raised to x multiplied by 3 is equal to 81. Kapag sinimplify natin to, ang magkakaroon tayo ng 3 raised to x is equal to 27. So kung nalilito kayo, dahil dalawang steps yung ginawa ko dito, you can refer sa second step nung ating first method. So kapag sinimplify natin to, 3 raised to x is equal to 27. And we have to take note na si 27 is actually 3 raised to 3. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So that explains kung bakit ganito yung transformation niya. Kung bakit naging 3 raised to 3 yung ating right side. And then, kung maaalala nyo, kapag uniform basis ang pinag-uusapan natin sa isang equation, we can take the exponents out. So by taking the exponents out, we have the value of x as 3. So kung meron na tayong value ng x, ang unknown natin for this problem is 3 raised to 2x minus 1. So paano natin malalaman yung value nun? We simply substitute the value of x. So 3 raised to the quantity 2 multiplied by 3 minus 1 is 243. So you can check it sa calculator. Parehas din naman yung yung magiging sagot. So sa ating first method, ang ginawa natin is kinuha natin yung value ng first term doon sa unknown. Ang unknown natin is yung value ng 3 raised to 2x minus 1. And we have to take note na yung 3 raised to 2x minus 1 is actually the quotient of two terms. So kinuha natin yung numerator, which is 3 raised to 2x. Tapos, nung nakuha na natin yung numerator, dinivide na natin siya sa denominator, which is 3 or 3 raised to 1. So, ganun yung nangyari. Dito naman sa second method natin, ang nangyari naman is we solve for the value of x. Tapos, nung nakuha na natin yung value of x, sinubstitute na natin siya doon sa equation na 3 raised to the quantity 2x minus 1 and nakuha natin yung numerical value for the equation or the term 3 raised to the quantity 2x minus 1. So either way, tama pa rin naman yung yung solution. Nasa sa inyo kung paano nyo mas maiintindihan yung concept for law of exponents. So that's the end of this tutorial video. I am Raymond Francis M. Manalo, President of PICE MLQU's Student Chapter for the school year 2020-2021. If you will have questions, you may contact me through my email, ultimate.craymond@yahoo.com. Our Facebook page link is facebook.com/PICEMLQUSC. Thank you.